Don't consider yourself that you have a guarantee from Allah. If you have, produce that guarantee. Write it down. Take a seal of guarantee and show it to the angels on the Day of Judgment. Show it to the angels when they come down to take your soul. I have a guarantee and proof from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that I will not be punished. Ya akhi, subhanallah, this is a very, very important matter. Very, very important matter. How do we save ourselves from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His punishment? How do we save ourselves from the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Is a matter which is extremely important. Extremely important. And this is for this reason that Hasan al-Basri rahimahullah, he used to say that I heard once from a narration from one of my teachers. He narrated to me from another narration that there will be a man who will be saved or taken out of the hellfire after 1,000 years. Okay? And so I have made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the last 20 years of my life that I be that man. I be that man. And it is not a joke, ya akhi. It is not a joke. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is serious when He said what He said in the Quran. Yeah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not created us for abath, yani for play and joke, and for fun and games, and for Friday night at the pub, for example. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not created us for this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not created us so that we may compete with one another to build better buildings and live in a better house and drive in a better car and have a more beautiful wife. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not created us for this. He created us for a greater reason than this. Why degrade your life to something as silly as wasting it in building that which is for this dunya, or wasting and spending it in that which will not bring you any benefit on the Day of Judgment? Let's discuss the verses in the Quran that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us about death. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that death is something that we cannot run away from. Wherever we are, it will come to us. So He says, أَيْنَمَا تَكُونُوا يُدْرِكُّمُ الْمَوْتِ وَلَوْ كُنْتُمْ فِي بُرُوجٍ مُشَيَّدَةٍ. Wherever you are, death will catch up to you, even though you might be in a high and a very fortified castle. Even though you may be in Buckingham Palace, in a castle where subhanAllah is full of so heavily guarded. I don't know of a palace that is more heavily guarded than Buckingham Palace. Even if you are in there, my brothers, death will catch up to you. Wherever you are, you cannot hide from it. If you can't hide from it, then you must prepare for it. You see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decreed that death catch up with every one of us. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not die, so therefore creation must die. So every single thing on this earth, whether it be animate or inanimate, every single thing has to die. Even the angel of death, my brothers, has to die. So how will you escape death? Even Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the most worthy that we may say of those people who should be the most worthy of escaping death, even he had to die. So if death had caught up with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how can it not catch up with us? How can it not catch up with us? It will indeed catch up with us. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes the time when the angels will come down and take your soul. So He says, فَلَوْلَا إِذَا بَلَغَتِ الْحُلْقُومِ وَأَنْتُمْ حِينَئِذٍ تَنْظُرُونَ وَنَحْنُ أَقْرَبُ إِلَيْهِ مِنْكُمْ وَلَكِنْ لَا تُبْصِرُونَ فَلَوْلَا إِن كُنْتُمْ غَيْرَ مَدِينِينَ تَرْجِعُونَهَا إِن كُنْتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَلَوْلَا إِذَا بَلَغَتِ الْحُلْقُومِ. Then when the soul has reached the throat, when the soul has reached the throat and the person is just in the last throes of death, his body shaking as his soul is just about to leave. And when the soul has reached the throat, وَأَنْتُمْ حِينَئِذٍ تَنْظُرُونَ. And you, O father and mother of the person who is dying, and you, O wife and son and daughter of the person who is dying, and you, the brother and friend of the person who is dying, you're looking upon this person dying in front of you. وَأَنْتُمْ حِينَئِذٍ تَنْظُرُونَ وَنَحْنُ أَقْرَبُ إِلَيْهِ مِنْكُمْ وَلَكِنْ لَا تُبْصِرُونَ. And we, meaning the angels of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, are closer to that man, meaning taking his soul away, than you can even imagine. However, you do not even see them. وَلَكِنْ لَا تُبْصِرُونَ فَلَوْلَا إِن كُنْتُمْ غَيْرَ مَدِينِينَ. Then indeed, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not obliged you to follow this religion, this is the tafsir of the verse. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not obliged you to follow this Quran and to follow this sunnah and to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, تَرْجِعُونَهَا. Return it back. Return it back if you can. إِن كُنْتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. If indeed you are truthful. Try and return it back if you're truthful. This is a challenge of Allah, an open challenge. Are there any challenges? Is there anyone who will answer this challenge? SubhanAllah, people have tried to answer this challenge, haven't they? People have tried. So Pharaoh, for example, he tried, and Nimrod, he tried. All the greatest kings, those who are so arrogant, they tried. Those people who attacked Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and who were enemies, they tried, but they couldn't make it. Where are they now? Ashes and ash. As they say, ashes to ashes and dust to dust, isn't it? Naam, that's where they are now. They couldn't make it. They couldn't answer this challenge. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also says, وَلَوْ تَرَى إِذِ الظَّالِمُونَ فِي غَمَرَاتِ الْمَوْتِ. And also if you were to see when the wrongdoers are in the throngs of their death. وَالْمَلَائِكَةُ بَاسِطُوا أَيْدِيهِمْ. And the angels have put forward their hands. They have hands, they're putting it forward. For what? To get the soul. أَخْرِجُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. Take your soul out. Come out, come out. It's calling the soul. Come out, come out. أَخْرِجُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ الْيَوْمَ تُجْزَوْنَ عَذَابَ الْهُونِ بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَقُولُونَ عَلَى اللَّهِ غَيْرَ الْحَقِّ وَبِمَا كُنْتُمْ عَنْ آيَاتِهِ تَسْتَكْبِرُونَ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says the angels will be calling the soul, come out, come out. Today you will be given that punishment which you deserve because of what you used to say about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which was not true, and because of what you used to, and because of your arrogance to this religion. Subhanallah, it is a very, very frightening experience. In front of my eyes in the hospital, I have seen many people die. I have seen many people die. My uncle had died, my grandma had died. You know, when I was working in the hospital, many people had died in front of my eyes. But it never struck you, says subhanallah, never struck me how the room was full of angels. And an angel was sitting on the head of this person. And we were trying all of these things and giving them electrical shocks and this and that and trying our level best. However, his time had come, his last hour had come. His last hour had come. We were trying our best to save his life, trying our level best. However, we could not. We could not, because his time was there and the angels had come ready to take his soul. It is a frightening experience. You will only experience it once. However, it is a frightening experience. Remember the time, my brothers, that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam talked about the punishment of the grave. What was interesting is that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam once passed by a grave, and he said, and he passed by two graves, and he said, "Innahuma la yu'adhiban." Verily, these two are being punished. These two are being punished. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam continued and said, but they are not being punished for something great. We think, for example, a person who does something great will be punished. Of course, that's right, if Allah so wills. However, these two people, they didn't do something really that was so great, that actually really affected them, or people thought was so great. They did only some small sins. What were they? They were being punished for what? One of them was being punished because he did not used to clean himself after using the bathroom. Something as simple as that, and Allah wishes to punish us? As simple as that, just to, pull up your pants and then, do what you have to do in the closet and then pull up the zipper, that's it? And because of that you have to be punished in the grave? Isn't it amazing? Yani what should really, really amaze you, my brothers, is the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so severe. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's punishment is so severe. There is no escape from it, is it? How are you going to escape from the punishment?